You are about to see mutilated corpses, burning tank carcasses, and all out mayhem, brought to you by Frontline Fatalities.
What's up, Company of Heroes fans, and welcome to episode 63 of Frontline Fatalities, brought to you by the Frontline Network, presented by me, Tommy, and as always, FatalSaint. What's up, man?
What's up, Tommy? Time for some VCO delight as usual, as Company of Heroes 2 has not rolled out with any new information while we are recording this on Sunday. But when it's actually going to be released by Friday, hopefully some news has come out, but you never know.
Indeed, you do never know. However, in lieu of Company of Heroes 2 casting, we will hopefully be bringing to your screens shortly, at the beginning of March, a new tournament. It's going to be a clan tournament, a clan-based clan v clan, who is the best clan tournament. Never has this kind of thing actually been tried in Company of Heroes, probably because it's such a big undertaking, such a lot of organization has to go into it. But the Frontline Network with WMD Clan are going to be bringing you this tournament near the beginning of March.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a clan cup type deal going on, and it's going to be very, very cool to see which clan out there, which COH clan is actually the best. There's quite a lot of contenders. We got WMD itself, of course. Go WMD! And we also have All Stars and other clans as well that are going to be fighting for the prize of this cup, which is to be announced. At least it's going to be bragging rights, at least.
At the very least, yeah. So that should be a lot of fun, and do stay tuned for that. There will be loads of information and news posts going out on Game Replays and Code2.org and Reddit in the coming few weeks, so do keep your eyes open for that. That's going to be brought to you by TFN. But today we are on a very different map to where we usually are. It's no longer the big three. Where are we today, Fatal?
Today we are on the industrial map of Stillsdorf, and yeah, as you say, we don't really cast this map that much, but we managed to dig out a replay from M3allem's replay pack, and he's going to be going up against Guderian on Stillsdorf, and Guderian is going to be taken on the Wehrmacht side of things, while M3allem plays his US, so this is going to be extremely interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I think we should get cracking with it. Hey, we're at the 5-second mark. Let's unpause. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
So, do you have any insights? I know that since this is dug up from M3allem's replay pack, this replay itself is a little bit older than we have casted the past few episodes, even though we have been digging deep in the replay folders to find games to cast, as we are kind of running out of replays to cast, as people have not been playing that actively since the SNF tournament has ended and it's basically all over. So people are just playing auto match and doing a few basic matches against each other, but no tournaments since Game Replays and SNF.
Yeah, it's been a little bit dry, so we have been doing the whole Inception thing. We need to go deeper, so we have been going deeper. And this replay pack from M3allem, it's actually a really, really great replay pack. I will hopefully remember to link it in the description because it's a fantastic replay pack, primarily made up of Wehrmacht replays. But this is one of the few US replays that he actually brought to us. M3allem does have a very particular US style as well. Which should be really good fun to watch when he goes up against a very accomplished, very powerful Wehrmacht player, Guderian.
Yeah, and Guderian is doing a 3 pyro start with an MG out first from his Wehrmacht quarters, which already is fairly interesting. I think MGs on Stillsdorf are very powerful, would you say?
the thing about Stursdorf, you can play it in a couple of ways, but MG heavy strategies are always very good here because you can really be very aggressive with the MGs and put in a very fast pin, supported with for the fatherland and medkits all over the place because there's just so much munitions. And if you look where Guderian's been capping, he's actually gone for the 3 main munitions points outside of his base instantly. He's gone for the +10 to the left, the +10 just outside his base, and the +16 just a little bit further down and to the right. So a very heavy, very obvious focus on the munitions here from Guderian.
Yeah, and he sent his MG, his first MG out. The second unit out of the Wehrmacht Corps is going to be a bike, and he's most likely going to send that to the right-hand side as well. So I'm guessing he will be after the 16 fuel there, at least deny M3allem from getting it.
Yeah, a lot of it's a very big point of contention here, this holding this +16 fuel. But honestly, it's a bit of a strange one because there's just so much fuel on this map, consisting of the good solid +10 fuels like on the bottom left and in the top right, that the +16 is really just a luxury. You don't need it in order to tech quite quickly, but obviously it does help.
Yeah, it does help, especially if you tend to, or if you aim to out-tech your opponent. You want that extra 16 there, and maybe one of the 10s, or you know, both of them, and then you'll really be laughing. You can take extremely quickly, and you could probably get an M8 out like record fast on Stursdorf. There's just so
don't
many
make me cry,
resources.
Fatal. Don't make me cry. Don't say M8 on this map, please. Please.
Okay. I'm just saying you could take things extremely quickly. Like, you know, you could go for an M8 or a quick motor pool or bars or just straight to TD because there's just an abundance of fuel and munitions for that matter. There's just an abundance of everything.
Yeah, I mean, the most common strategy you see here is generally fast bars into fast Sherman, and you can do both of those things fast because there is just so much fuel. There's just so much resources, period, which makes it a great map for both factions. But I'd say it sides just a little bit to the favor of the Wehrmacht because he can camp a geographically small area of the map and still get a great resource income, which he can't really do on any other map except for, say, Angoville.
Yeah, I guess, you know, the Wehrmacht player can make a little bit, you know, something similar to like a Semois cube where he doesn't have to overextend. He can just sit on whatever he wants to defend with MGs and whatnot.
And that's what you see from Guderian right now, is that he's not trying to focus pushing up on the left, he's gone all the way down, sort of the long way down on the right, and he's taken that +16 munitions and that +16 fuel, which are the 2 really big points, and he's able to hold that relatively easily and get a ton of resources from them.
At the same time, on the left-hand side, we have the first larger engagement between these 2 great players with a flamer just coming in onto the flank.
Oh, that was a beautiful flamer pop there from M3allem.
I didn't even see that happening. I saw the engineer standing there as a vanilla engineer, and I thought, yeah, that's not going to be enough because he's just going to relocate his MG, and then suddenly flamers.
Whoa, and the criticals there were very, very powerful. This Volk squad forced to recrew it in the heat of battle here. He's going to take
he needs to pack it up and get out of the way.
Manpower damage. He is going to be able to get out of there, actually, without losing any more men off of that. There was a little
bit lucky. He could have lost that, but due to the suppression of one of the rifleman squads, they weren't firing when they were crawling, as they don't do that. They fire on the move, but not if they're suppressed and crawling. So that probably saved that MG's life.
Yeah, great mines being placed here by M3allem. He's going to try and... Oh, and just speaking of mines, there's a nasty one there.
He thought he could go for a nice harassment on the bike and the pie on the right-hand side, but that was just a mine bait from Guderian.
And the classic mine position there at the crossroads next to the cutoff for the +16 fuel there on the right.
M3allem needs to retreat the rifleman squad on the left-hand side, but he didn't do it quickly enough, and actually he's down 1 rifle already.
Oh dear. That's not good, losing a rifle so early. And actually, he's lost 2 engineers, in fact. He went for... No, he lost 1 engineer. He went for a 3-engineer opening. He lost 1 engineer and 1 rifle. And he's just gone for him a triage center, because I think he was just so in need of that triage after taking such losses from those mines. But that's a nasty loss so early on, even given the decrew of the MG, which was nice.
Yeah, he did decrew the MG. He wasn't able to nick it himself, but you know, it cost Guderian a bunch of manpower. But losing an entire rifleman squad is much worse than just decrewing an MG, which gets recruited by cheap votes. M3allem had he tried to retreat the rifles earlier, but the command didn't go in due to the retreat bug most likely or something of that matter, and he lost that rifle very unluckily.
Yeah, that's one thing we can hope that COH will fix when it does eventually arrive.
Yeah, you would imagine. So you know
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
they're gonna have to pile in quite a lot of resources and continuously update the game. And bugs like this just should be eradicated with like fire as soon as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a sniper out from Guderian now.
That's interesting. So
interesting build. Two
though
volts, MG, and bike and sniper.
So it's a little bit like the ordinary Volk MG sniper build that we see so popularized now, except he's just kind of shifted around the order in which they come in. The snipers come quite late compared to, say, a Volk sniper MG build, and obviously he had the MG bike opening. So it's actually a very interesting opening. It allows for that flexibility of offensiveness with the MG bike opening, but also then leading into a much more sort of stable and passive double Volk build with the sniper backing up. So a very nice, very creative build order here from Guderian.
Yeah, I think it's fair. It feels fairly flexible. Doing the MG bike opening, you can be extremely aggressive, and if you find that first rifleman squad out from your opponent, you can go for bike pushing and get the suppression off very fast and force the first rifle off the field basically before it's done anything. But at the same time, as that didn't really happen now here, he can transition into just doing the standard of having 2 Volks, an MG, and a sniper on the field, combined with an extra bike. So that's the 5th unit from the Wehrmacht quarters. And he has tech to tier 2, and he's building it in his base right now. So, it's just a different take on standard Wehrmacht build, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And I think what you say about the flexibility is very true there. That was a nasty mine. That rifle getting chased out by the bike gives pursuit.
Very low health, but the bike MG is not cutting it seems. At the same time, on the left-hand side, sweeper pyres are forced off by the barred rifle. They might be able to polish him off. A second bar rifle comes in on the right-hand side, and he actually does manage to kill him on retreat. So that's 1 pyre down for Guderian.
Okay, so M3allem getting back a little bit of those early losses that he took there. Not quite the same as making back the loss of a whole rifle, but it's not too bad either. We have the bars and triage. Bars and triage, honestly, I'm always in my own play whenever I go for quick bars or a quick triage. I'm always very wary about doing bars and triage because that's 80 fuel right there, and 400 manpower, which is it can allow for your opponent if he can see it coming. And if the bars pop at an inopportune moment like they did here, while a lot of rifles were on retreat, it can allow for a savvy opponent to go for a quick tier 3 and really punish you there. But actually, Guderian going for the tier 2, probably not a bad idea, honestly, on this map, simply because even though he's gone for both bar and triage, he could still get out a Sherman in fairly scarily quick time.
As long as M3allem keeps some form of fuel income steadily going through the game, I guess he can afford that triage 20 fuel combined with his 60 fuel investment of the bars. And I know that mine that the bike is sitting on,
yeah,
I'm just looking dying. They lit it up when they were retreating before they got killed by the 2 barred rifles. But the thing is, was Guderian actually looking at his sweeper pios dying on retreat, or was he just looking away? Most likely he just hit retreat on them and then started microing on the other side of the map. So most likely he didn't see that mine get lit up. So something's eventually gonna hit it, and it's gonna be terrible.
If a 4-man Volk hits it, he could lose the whole squad. And if that very, very low health 5-man squad hits it, it's almost certainly gonna be a loss of a whole squad. But look at this absolute minefield from Guderian, all the way along the middle. We've got 4, 5. Whoa, there's a nasty mine. That, I think, a retreating pioneer actually set it off.
Yeah, because that was a friendly mine. That was M3allem's mine.
That was M3allem's mine. Oh, that's a very unlucky there.
Must have been the pyre retreating. They spread out when they hit the retreat command. The one guy detonated it because he got too close.
This is real mine wars here, and it just shows how much munitions there is on this map. There is just so much munitions here. It's insane.
Yeah, just looking at the map, it's basically 50-50 right now between the 2 players. They got half of the map each, and Guderian has a 43 munitions income with only half of the map. He doesn't sit on all the 16s of the map and all the 10s. He's just sitting on his side of the map mainly, and he's still got that kind of an income. Now he's got 32, losing the left-hand side munitions there. But still, it's a lot of resources on this map.
Oh, that's a very nice flank. Very nice anticipation here by M3allem. He flanks the MG, which pops a medkit, but that means he takes extra damage as he's on retreat here.
At the same time, the two bolts on the left-hand side forces off the capping rifles, and that wire was not actually cutting off the access to the fuel on the left-hand side, and the rifles able to nick it before they retreat out of there, due to overwhelming numbers of enemy infantry being just around the corner.
m3allem forced off an MG there, took down 2 of its members as well. Very nice. And look at this, we've got us straight to tier 3 almost. Has anything been built out of tier 2 by Guderian? Because I don't think he's actually built anything out of it. He built the tier 2 building, and then he must have thought, oh, it's bars and triage, I'll go for Sturm Armory, I'll get a Puma. Because if he's building a Puma right now, motor pool's only just coming up, and after the supply yard, and the bars, and the triage, and the cost of the motor pool itself, m3allem only has 15 fuel in the bank.
Now, Guderian is banking on over 90 fuel right now with a 15 income, even though he was cut off from, or the right-hand side 16 fuel was stolen by m3allem, but it's not connected to m3allem. But he denied Guderian of that income at least. But he still got almost 100 fuel in the bank with 1 Puma on the field and vet 1 for infantry also, just researched.
Oh, beautiful mind there, sending the bike to its bikey grave.
That sniper was desperate, very, very close to that mine actually. It could have been anybody stepping on that mine, but you know, I gotta say, for Guderian's sake, luckily it was the bike, not the sniper.
Big push here by m3allem, and he's getting very close to running into some mines here. That flamer getting very, very, very low health there indeed. We have a bunker in the middle. I saw Guderian put that up a few minutes ago. Is that turning into a med bunker, or is it just a bunker?
Just a bunker so far. I'm guessing his intention is to make it a medic bunker. He has enough munitions, 65 munitions in the bank right now, and again he's got that nice 43 income with only half of the map. But he's not turning it into anything so far. Here we go, there's the medic bunker upgrade.
Okay, so he's going to be supporting his Volks, of which he has 2 of them, plus his 3 Pioneers. They're going to be very good for dying and getting turned into zombie grens, which is going to complement his force very nicely, because, you know, when you go tier 1, tier 3, and you get that medic bunker, it's very, very tough for your allied opponent, because he needs to get some form of AT to counter your Pumas, but at the same time, he's getting for free almost. He's getting for free all this great infantry in the form of zombie grens.
Yeah, and as he's got vet 1 infantry already, if he starts churning out more than at least 1 gren, I'm expecting Guderian to get vet 2 on all of his free grens, and that would be, you know,
it would be a very sensible choice, yeah, to get vet 2
good.
once he gets that first free gren.
I think he got vet 1 mainly just to get the passive health on his bolts, because they were so damaged before, and they were still at 5 men, and would be like roughly 50% health only. So, you know, you're just getting that cheap vet 1 just to get some passive health regen on his Volt Grenadiers, and then the possibility of getting grants from the medic bunker. I think that was a good choice. But, you know, not building anything out of tier 2 might seem like a little bit of a waste, but I think tier 2 was both ticked and, you know, started producing before the bars popped, so I'm guessing that Guderian was worried about some form of vehicle play. So, you know, he needed tier 2 just to feel safe, that in case something rushes me now, like, you know, an extremely fast TD or something, I need to have a possibility of building some hard AT like packs.
Yeah, and once he's gotten, I'd imagine what he's going to do is he's going to get vet 2 and then get a pack, or get a pack and then get vet 2, because that's, you know, that's going to give him basically everything he needs.
Packs on the field now, and vet 1 support also upgraded. So as he saw that M8, he most likely started. Yeah, I'm not sure for his MG and his 3 Pios. I think he still has 3 Pios.
Oh yeah, he still has 3
They're
Pios. If he got flamers and all, then that could be quite fun.
He's got 1 flamer so far. He's, you know, the income is so, the resources on Sturzov is so great, he could get flamers on all 3 of them eventually. I'm not sure what else he would use these munitions for. He has chosen defensive, just he unlocked for the farmland just a minute ago. So he might be trying to bank and at least have 50 munitions in the bank at all times, so he can pop that for the farmland ability whenever he needs it.
Yeah, I mean, he's facing quite a menacing sort of bar blob that's sort of hitting him periodically, so I don't blame him for going defensive, especially with that bunker as well. I wonder, have we got a... we've not actually got a choice from... I was going to ask you, but obviously I'm the one following him. We haven't got a doctrine choice from m3allem yet. He's still sitting on 3 CPs. Don't believe he's unlocked anything yet. So he could go for infantry, try and knock out the bunker with infantry. He could be really stylish, get demos and try and knock it out. But one way or the other, he's got to try and take out that medic bunker sooner rather than later. Because, I mean, we've seen on TFN so many times just how efficient bunkers can be when left unchecked for long periods of time.
Yeah, if you have no possibility of destroying the bunker, at least really be on top of your game, killing the medics over and over again. Because if you let them live for too long, all of a sudden your opponent will have a lot of free squads and grenadiers, and if they pop out with Vet 2, for example, they're extremely powerful.
Yeah, I mean it can be very nasty.
Look at this bar massacre on the left-hand side. There's just so many rifles that pumas don't really know what to shoot at. The sniper's just taken away.
Malin, what are you doing? You're blob capping 3 squads at once.
Oh, there's a nice AT gunshot on one of the pumas. The other puma actually hit a mine but didn't suffer any critical. No damage.
I noticed that. Yeah, that's really unfortunate actually. And whoa, look at that mass retreat there because he ran into. Is that the first free Gren there from Guderian?
No, he actually built that Gren.
Oh, he built that Gren. Okay.
What is that?
Wow, that was a very, very bad attack there by Malin. Not so much due to his mistakes, but just due to what Guderian had waiting for him. And now there's this nasty flank here. The M8's coming to try and rescue them.
Whoa, second mine.
Another,
oh,
whoa, Puma goes down. This could be a bit of a turnaround here, especially as the second Puma is very low health. Faust goes in. It's not quite enough.
Second.
Oh, he's getting very low. Is he going to lose the Puma here? One more shot could do it if he gives chase.
He doesn't need a second shot
beautiful.
because it hits a mine when it's trying to drive away. And here comes the bars again, trying to push out all of the infantry from Guderian now. They got a lot of infantry. Well, I have more, and they all got bars as well.
Beautiful stuff there by
Look at the medics.
Guderian.
Look at the medics going to work now.
Well, you know what medics are really good for? They're really good for giving XP. You can actually get... I've lost count of the number of times I've had rifles go from vet 0 to vet 1 just from killing medics. And look at that mass retreat. It's one mass retreat after the other. The sniper was getting very, very low there, had to retreat. And the rest of the forces, again, very low. Pack's getting chased, but will probably get away. And now it's just a mad capathon from Malin. But look at all these mine places, all the mine carcasses, the Puma carcasses.
Talking about killing medics, he just got a vet 1 rifle squad from killing a medic trying to go out and pick up one of the damaged vaults.
Oh, really?
And M8 is trying to kill. Yeah, the
Point
rifle
proven.
squad.
See, medics are great. It's like free kills. You know, there is not an easier way to get a kill than killing medics. The closest thing is killing a pioneer.
As long as you keep killing them, because if you don't, then they can be very, very bad for you.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a great micro sap for you, and eventually you will get a free Gren most of the time. You know, statistically, you will get a free Gren most of the time, simply because, you know, eventually you're not going to be in a position to kill the medics, not due to a lack of micro, but just due to the fact that you don't have any fighting units when the medics respawn, and there's casualties nearby, and you can't physically do anything about it.
Yeah, you're gonna be forced to retreat your rifles and the rest of your units due to you being pushed off the map by your opponent, because maybe he's closer to his base, which is, you know, generally it's like that, so he can reinforce faster than you can, and it takes you longer to get back onto the field. And if the medics respawn and go out and pick up a few corpses in that last engagement, you know, he's gonna start churning out Grens.
So many mines, so many.
There's a lot of mines. I've never seen so many mines. It's Stursdorf. It's just insane.
It's just the munitions is just absolutely nuts.
Fuel as well. We got 170 fuel in the bank for Guderian, and he's not even in possession of the 16 fuel. You know, he doesn't really need it.
It's crazy. Oh, and here is the Weapon Support Center from Malin. He's been floating quite a lot of manpower due to fairly timely retreats, has led him to be able to conserve manpower. And he's also got these double M8s of doom to counter the Pumas. But now here comes Weapon Support Center with a sniper building, so he's going to hopefully get a counter sniper out of that, and that's also going to help him against the medic bunker. So a very nice choice of tech by him.
Ooh, flamers might go down the right hand side. Guderian does notice it and retreats them.
Ooh, that too.
Support and a new sniper created, so that's gonna mean he has 2 snipers now. Yep, the first sniper is still alive.
Nasty.
With 16
kills. This could be really bad actually. If Malin doesn't realize that there's double snipers, he might go for a counter snipe and inadvertently get counter sniped himself.
Yeah, you know, if he the best situation if he's gonna lose his sniper due to there being 2 Axis snipers now. Hopefully he can at least take one out with him before he gets counter sniped himself. But yeah, against 2 snipers, it must be extremely hard to actually get a counter snipe off, just due to there being 2 enemy snipers. So even if you get a counter snipe off, you get shot by the second sniper.
There's a nasty mine, but the Grens come out of it pretty decently.
Yeah, they have Vet 1 as well, so they're going to be able to regen some of their lost health due to the mine explosions.
The double Vet snipers opening up here. Vet 2, funny thing about Vet 2 on snipers though, it helps Pioneers out a lot because of the elite armor. Very, very good if you've got lots of Flamer Pyos. Not so useful though for snipers. Sniper Vet 2 for Axis is not very good. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's pretty useless. But Vet 3 for snipers is minus 20% on the cooldown, which means they can fire quite a bit faster, and that is powerful.
That is really, really good. But Vet 2 for allied snipers, however, is one of the most overlooked veterancy things that you can get.
Oh yeah, being
completely uncloakable from vehicles.
Yeah,
there's a counter snipe!
Oh, beautiful stuff.
Him,
beautiful
but
stuff.
Now Guderian is aware, and he's most likely not going to be open up that freely anymore, because he was just basically just shooting away on the rifles, because he did not know that M3allem had gone for a WSC. He's actually going to take a shot anyways. Risky business.
I think it's because he still had the unit sniped icon, and he knew that M3allem sniper was out of range. But
is that enemy mines? Ooh, that's Guderian's mines. Both of them are Guderian's mines. Pack opens up on the parked M8s. The sniper is forced to take a shot on
wow, the ally sniper actually took a shot there. You can see the blood spurting out of him. He took a full force hit from the Puma, but survived.
Well, last game we casted Symbiosis' sniper stepped on a mine, like literally stepped on him, and lived.
Oh yeah, that's true. That was pretty crazy. But oh, here we go. Double snipers from M3allem now. So the sniper war has shifted from double snipers for Guderian and 1 sniper for M3allem to double snipers for M3allem, 1 sniper for Guderian.
They're seriously playing a very risky game, both of them, taking shots on each other's infantry and support weapons when they know that the enemy sniper is right there.
Oh, this could be really nasty. Look at the amount of mines that this could set off now.
Oh, there's one. He manages to dodge the ones on the right-hand side before the far line is popped, and the pack is... M3allem is attempting to decrew it with his snipers.
Oh boy, these rifles crawling over negative cover, taking a lot of damage here. There's artillery placed down on the pack. Artillery on the pack, and it hits the Puma and the pack there. Oh wow. The pack actually gets destroyed in its entirety, but the AT gun from the US is left pretty much undefended. Up here in the top right, and Grenadier is going to go down here to a rifle squad, and it does go down to a rifle squad. The rifle, now 11 kills, going to be very close to getting Vet 2 after taking down a whole Gren squad. M3allem's going to be very happy with that. He took a bit of losses there, but I'd say that getting a counter snipe and getting a Gren squad kill and killing the pack and Puma in the last couple of minutes was easily worth it.
Yeah, he killed a Puma, and he killed a sniper, which means his now 2 snipers can open up completely freely now, with no counter snipe opportunity for Guderian, as both of his snipers are now dead, which I think can really shift the tide of the battle right now, because I think that M3allem has been looking a little bit bad. You know, he's not had map dominance, and you know, VP wise, Guderian is sitting pretty.
Oh boy, here comes the artillery coming down.
Double nibbles?
That is double nibbles,
yeah, it is double
indeed.
Nibbles.
One of them coming down just a little bit further behind to cover the retreating AT gun. Very nice use of Nebel usage. Very nice usage of Nebel usage? What the fuck does that mean? But he covered the AT gun as it was attempting to retreat. And here comes this is an on-map 105 here coming down now. It's an on-map 105. It's coming into the base here on top of one of the Nebels.
Oh, but the spread is massive as he's firing into the fog of 4 against the Nebels at maximum range, but he actually managed to decrew one of the Nebels.
You spoke too soon, Fatal.
The gun is still there, it's recrewable, so unless he destroys the gun completely, it's not going to be a solid win for him. He's just going to stall it for a bit. Delay the next barrage.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't delay the next barrage, because once it gets decrewed, it resets the cooldown, yeah.
Oh, God,
which is,
so dumb.
It's one of the lesser known exploits, perhaps I shouldn't be talking about this, but I'll mention it anyway. When you can put a load of wire around your Nebels and then have someone throw a grenade onto them or something like that, or you know, decrew one of your own Nebels and then recrew it with Volks, and then you've got an instant second Nebel barrage, and essentially you can do that you know, unlimited amount of times and get unlimited nibbles.
And all you need to pay is a bit of manpower for your Volks reinforcements. That's basically it. But it's the same thing with, you know, nading your own Volks next to a medic bunker for your medics to pick up and get grenadiers.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's basically the same thing. That is pretty dumb. Like, I remember there was one game, I think it was some SNF game from a long time ago, not from this series, and there goes a Flamer Pie, actually goes down to the snipers. But I believe it was DevM. He was stuck behind the hedge on the right-hand side Angoville. He was having a really tough time. He had a medic bunker. He had some Volks and stuff. They were Vet 2, but he was having a really hard time. It was basically just an infantry battle. And he just started grenading his own Volks, and he got himself like 2 free Grens in the space of a couple of minutes, and suddenly his opponent's facing 2 Grens that weren't there from before. And it's like, what the fuck?
Where did these come from?
Yeah.
That's not even possible.
It's
and
nuts.
if you go defensive, you can reinforce from your bunkers. So, yeah, you can just sit there, sit pretty. And... Oh, another on-map howitzer barrage now against the Nebels, but wow, look at that hiding place it's got. Apparently did not save that third guy on the crew, however. Nebel is basically sitting between a hedge and 3 buildings.
Yeah, it's a pretty good spot for him, isn't it? Especially as he's firing directly upwards, he can afford to sit right there. Although that factory building that he's parked behind is very, very, unstable.
What do you mean, bearing walls? What do you mean? We don't use this. I just put a roof on like a stick. And it work.
Dear.
I'm a legit contractor.
I'm not a cowboy.
Oh, we do have a 280mm rocket barrage unlocked now, but he's not really close to the munitions cost of it right now.
What are the odds that we get to see that being used in Mallem's base at some point?
He's gonna use it on the on-map howitzer.
Yeah. You just send a Puma in there, or a bike, or whatever he fancies.
That'll work. That'll work. Oh, we do have defensive
Red Star artillery. It's being used here in the middle. VP and Mallem doesn't notice, and he loses to the rifle squad as a result.
Second rifle down, might be a third, very low health, and Puma trying to finish it off, and that's finished it off, drops the bar, 3 rifles down from Mallem now.
Oh no, that was a huge,
now he's starting to run out of
loss.
Like infantry to cap with and stuff.
Yeah, well, he's got 2 engineers and 2 rifles, which is okay. He's got a very diverse force, but he doesn't have the rifles that he did originally.
Now we've seen before on TF when players run out of infantry to cap and loses due to it. You know, they got plenty of like Pumas and Stugs or M8s and Shermans and whatever, but they can't cap in time, and eventually they just lose due to VPs.
Oh, and there's a bit of revenge artillery here from Mallem, but none of them were hitting. Only the 3rd shot actually hit where he wanted it to, and the Volks have retreated by then. Lots of it's
wipe the BP as well.
It's Nebels versus 105s here, but the 105 is actually coming off worse.
What is the on-map firing on the right-hand side on the 2 Pumas? I'm not exactly sure what he was after there.
I don't know, but that M8 is very close to going down. But one thing that Guderian's really had a good handle on is the VP control so far this game. He's not lost very much in the way of VPs, whereas the US player Mallem down to 158 and bleeding fast. He's going to be triple capped fairly shortly.
Yeah, and due to his, you know, not lack of infantry, but he sure has less than he had before, it's going to take him a little bit longer to regain the VPs now, because he needs to stop the drain. Because 150 VPs, especially if you're triple capped on VPs, can go extremely rapid.
That it can indeed. I don't know if Mallem sees it, but there's 2 medics walking away carrying casualties, and the medic bunker's 2 out of 4.
Yeah, it's gonna produce a zombie Grand. We did have a pyro go down on the left-hand side due to the... They're like Vet 2 flamer engineers right now.
Yeah, they're pretty gnarly.
Is that from mines, or...
They've got 2 Puma kills.
That is so cool. Flamers got Puma kills due to mines. But he might lose them here if he doesn't retreat him in time.
Oh, come on.
Stationary Pumas against engineers can be extremely deadly. And there's the first zombie Gren. Oh, he retreats them. Whew.
Very close though, in nick of time. Wow, Mallem's really floating a lot. I mean, it's not population cap, but oh, he takes out a Nebel with the on-map. Very nice there into the base.
He's instantly rebuilt by Guderian in the Sturm Armory. Starts building it the second after he loses it. He starts building a new one. He wants 2. I think, you know, Guderian is one of those players. He knows what he wants for his build. What his army composition needs to be.
He's like Alyaj. Oh boy, yeah. Oh Mallem, oh Mallem, oh Mallem, you're about to walk your sniper to a mine! Dude, you're so close!
Right next to it. It's decloaked by the mine, but it doesn't actually hit it. How is that possible?
Did he not even notice? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think.
Well,
No! Not both of them! Not both of them!
How is he so close and not setting it off? He's being close by the mine, but he doesn't
dancing
set
around
off.
it. He's dancing around it. How is that even possible?
I'm starting to suspect that he thinks that there's like a sniper or something close to that's decloaking him, but he can't find
No,
it.
because
Actually, I might,
otherwise
I
he
don't
wouldn't
know.
be firing like that. He's trying to
that's
decloak
true.
them, but the M8's going to hit it instead. Destroyed engine. That's going to go down to a Faust here in a second.
I guess that's
What are
better
these
than losing
snipers
both
doing?
Snipers, but he's gonna get destroyed by the double Faust from the Volt. The snipers are now forced to
Wow!
retreat. Oh,
Headshot
wow.
and a half.
Crit.
And a
Whoa,
second
again.
one. M3allem was playing fast and loose with his snipers there. I think he honestly deserved that. He was playing very, very risky.
You reckon
But
he
here
should've-
comes-
You know, when he saw the infantry coming, just retreat. Just retreat.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he had no defense for his snipers there. You know, they were way up shit creek with you know, no paddle. But here comes the OMCG. It's an M10. It seems so rare to see an M10. It looks so quaint because everyone uses Hellcats nowadays. But here it is, the M10 on the field,
Misfires.
which
I
comes
guess
at an
most-
interesting time because Tank Depot has just been built by M3allem. So it looks like he's going to be going not for the pure OMCG spam. He wants a bit of I don't know. He wants some proper tanks. He wants some Shermans.
Maybe so he can custom tailor instead of just relying on the rolls. He can custom
Oh
tailor.
no, that meta monk is just getting filled up by the minute.
Well, he did push one of the medics, which did end up in dropping that corpse that he was carrying.
Oh boy, but off map to the rear, used it here on one of the Nebels, and it gets obliterated along with the building it was sitting next to.
Is that 3 pumas? Oh my god, they're
That
having
is
like a
3
tea party or
Vetu
something
Pumas.
over there.
They're having like, I don't know, an interesting time. But I think one of the
Sure.
weaknesses of Guderian's build team is relying almost entirely on packs for his AT. No Shreks, no Stugs.
Stug, yeah. A Stug would have deterred all of the M8 play.
I guess he wasn't
Much
expecting an
more
M10.
popular.
He wasn't expecting that to get rolled out of the OMCG, if he expected it at all. So, but here it is.
Maybe.
Oh boy, oh no, these Vetu Pumas are probably going to go down here. Yep, there they
There
go.
goes here. Oh, on
This
map,
M8
just destroyed something. Just a truck.
Cue the Benny Hill music. This is, oh boy, the mouse chasing the cat.
Oh, M10 is immobilized by a mine right off the medic bunker. And here comes all of these Pumas now. At the same time, we do have a pack and 2 Volks running after that immobilized M10.
Oh, he didn't quite get the shot off there. Do we even have stickies yet? Yeah, we do have stickies, good. He's going to get 1 sticky off on them.
He's not going to be able to polish it off. He's got nothing to follow it up
Oh,
with. As
wow.
his M10 is immobilized and useless right now.
He's just getting shot point blank range here. M3allem's army is shrinking by the second. He's down to 2 rifles, the on-map Howie, and a minesweeper. That's it.
And he desperately needs the VPs. He's decapping the VPs on the right-hand side with one of his rifles, but that means they can't.
Oh,
fight
look at all this
against
stolen
him.
hardware.
He could steal if he wanted to.
He's
sacrifice
stealing
the Volk, but would
everything.
not.
2 AT guns stolen. The 30 cal is probably going to be stolen. As some kind of comeuppance, he does manage to decrew it, get a Vet 2 rifle in the process, which is a nice little win.
Is this on-map firing now?
This is on-map
Yeah,
firing
yeah.
again. This time it's firing over where the packs and medbunker is. He's probably actually going to take out the pack gun. I think that's where he was firing.
The second pack there took out the M10, so it might have been firing on that, but it was on the move when the howitzer started his barrage. Off-map on the MG on the right-hand side, suppressing these rifles. Oh, it's a nice off-map. Kills one of the crew members.
Whoa,
And that
direct
completely
hit.
decrews it. He
That
might
was
actually destroy the
that was
gun
a
itself.
bullseye if I
Yep.
ever saw one.
The MG42 gun itself is permanently destroyed by the off-map.
Looks
But
like
VP 69 for M3allem, it's not looking good.
No, I think he's relying heavily on OMCG here. Here comes another one. He gets an M8. He gets 2 rifles. That's pretty good for him in this phase. Normally, the vanilla rifle call-in isn't one that you want, but actually getting 2 rifles here just for capping is pretty good for him. I mean, when you're taking on this number of vetted Pumas, it doesn't really matter. You could have a Vet 3 rifle and it wouldn't really matter. You know, he's not fighting infantry, he's fighting vehicles, so he needs AT guns and M8s and stuff like that. That's what he's after.
Yeah, most of the veterancy bonuses for rifles are offensive, so, you know, against 3 Pumas, especially when they're Vet 3 as they are now and stationary, will rip anything to shreds anyway. We do have the
Oh,
defensive
defensive
barrage
artillery
on the
here in the
MVP.
middle.
But 2 rifles are retreating! It's going to be devastating if he loses this rifle as well. He just got 2 new ones for off-map combat group. Don't lose one right now. He needs all of them to stay alive. But M3allem is in a desperate rush to get these VPs now. 34 VPs remaining only. He's going to be able to decap the VP on the right-hand side as well, stopping the drain completely. But at the same time, the center one is grabbed by the Shrek twins from Guderian.
Ah, so he did eventually get a Shrek. Oh my god, Vet 3 Pumas being rapey. 3 Vet 3 Pumas. You know, people say that Oswinds are really good anti-infantry, but honestly, a Vet 3 Puma rivals the Oswind quite seriously for being the best anti-infantry weapon in the Wehrmacht arsenal. It's just so powerful. It does so much damage. It's so accurate when stationary. It's just brutal.
The VP drain is stopped, at least for now. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Oswinds feel so clunky and something, and Pumas they just seem so speedy and agile, and they can go around corners really quickly and like turn on a dime.
Yeah.
Oswinds just like they get stuck on the scenery and whatnot, and they just feel very slow. Another Grenadier squad popped out of the medic bunker now. That's the second one, I think, if not the third even. Which means that Guderian's army is not shrinking, it's just growing with every minute that passes.
And this is after losing quite a couple of Kren squads. I mean,
Guderian is floating 1,000 manpower as well.
Oh, wow.
He can do whatever he wants to right now, but he doesn't need to because he got 3 Vet 3 Pumas.
That's all you need, really, isn't it?
He's killing everything with them. Look at his rifle in the center now. Getting completely minced. I'm surprised they even lasted as long as they did.
Yeah, I'm surprised they were able to get the kill. He does use off-map here on the left-hand side VP in a desperate bid to try and hold on. We must remember this was a tournament game, so obviously every VP does count. But M3allem's army, you know, even after his latest OMCG, is just getting whittled down to virtually nothing here. And they drop a bar over here on the left-hand side, and the AT gun goes down. He's down to 3 units. He says he's done. I think I agree with him. And it's game over.
Army-wise, he's really done because his army compared to Guderian's humongous vetted army is just deadly right now.
That was nasty. Very nasty.
Pumas. 12 kills, 15 and 13.
Oh boy.
Quite a lot of kills on the Pumas. Not anything record-breaking, but still quite a lot.
Well, he did make quite a lot of them. He did lose his original 2, I think. If they had stayed alive, he would have had, you know, some really insane kill counts. But
yeah, he did produce quite a lot of them. But I'm not sure that TD felt like a waste of manpower. That's half an OMCG right there, and he never was able to produce something off it. He probably had a plan with it, but it didn't really work out as he lost units.
Yeah.
Mainly rifles.
I mean, the thing with infantry is that it works really well without tank depot. You don't need it because you can get tank depot units out of it. Unless, I mean, there's very few situations where the only viable unit you can get is a Sherman, because that's the only thing that you're really denied. So, whereas with airborne, for example, tank depot goes really well with it, whereas motor pool is kind of redundant because you can get air-dropped AT guns and stuff.
Yeah, you can replace the main usage of the motor pool apart from the M8, which would be like AT guns. You can just replace it doctrine instead.
And, you know, once you get like airdropped manpower and munitions, they go really well with tank depot as well to keep them fully upgraded and stuff like that.
Yeah, you get a lot of fuel from those supply drops.
Yeah, exactly. So it helps to fund the Sherman blobbing.
And then you throw RRs and airdropped AT guns, and you're golden. You just get a wall of Shermans killing all of the infantry and AT guns to back them up with RRs mobile to chase down vehicles.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really nasty. That's another perk for having Pumas, because you know they seem to dodge AT guns shot off more often, and they definitely dodge RRs more often.
Oh yeah.
Which the Ostwind does not. It gets hit every single time, it seems.
Yeah, no, the Oswinds, it's big and clunky. There's a special place in my heart for the Oswind, I gotta say. I used them against Symbiosis last week in the Reddit tournament when we were playing on Longer, and they reminded me of how much fun they were. But, yeah, Pumas are usually the better bet. Less expensive, too.
Safer, I guess.
But, thanks guys for watching. It was a fun game. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing a bit of Stursdorf action. Not a map that we see all too often. Do leave a comment, tell us what you think, and we will see you next time.
See you guys.